Weed walked over to the fountain to fill his canteen before heading to the sculpture shop. Weed's first trip down the street was filled with players and NPCs. We need a cleric level 17 or higher. Hey, we're going to raid Cave Lasok. Anyone want to join in? Plenty of players were on the street, but nobody paid any attention to Weed. He didn't mind though. Wandering around in a traveler's outfit, without even a breastplate, revealed that he had yet to meet the minimum requirement of 4 weeks gameplay before he could leave the city. The sculpture shop held a unique position among the numerous stores operating within Rosenheim Kingdom's capital city. Most ordinary adventurers wouldn't be able to recall where the sculpture shop was because it was meaningless to them. Only a select few players with sculpting skills visited periodically. However, the sculpture shop stood next to the jewelry store on Central Avenue and is one of the few frequently visited shops by noblewomen NPC. Chime, Weed entered the sculpture shop. Welcome to... What brings you here, stranger? The shopkeeper was greeting the new customer with a gentle smile before he saw Weed's outfit and changed the tone of his voice. Weed looked around the shop, finding no other customers except himself. A blacksmith's workshop or a grocery store was always filled with people. On the other hand, the sculpture shop entertained only a few customers daily, if any. However, the sculpture shop sold expensive merchandise, so its revenues remained relatively high despite the low volume. Weed adjusted his collar before politely saying, "I came here to find the answer to a question troubling me, sir." "So you want to ask me a question, stranger?" "Yes, sir. If you could please spare a minute." "I'm busy. Please leave." The shopkeeper rejected him immediately, sounding annoyed. As Weed had zero fame and they were unacquainted, the shopkeeper had every right to chase him out of his shop. "Yes, sir, I will see you later. Goodbye." Weed started walking slowly to the doorway. Then, he casually glanced at the statues on display before he exclaimed, "Marvelous! The grandeur of this statue fascinates my soul. Do you supply this to the Rosenheim court?" The shopkeeper could not help but listen to Weed. "Which one are you talking about, stranger?" "This golden two-headed eagle. I dare not guess which master carved this, but I can sense the excellence of his artistry. It is dignified beyond dispute. It is so full of life that I almost mistook it for a real eagle, and I've been blessed to have visited this place. It has opened my humble eyes to the beauty possible in this world." Without realizing, the corners of the shopkeeper's mouth curved upward. "Are you interested in the art of sculpting, traveler?" "I dare say I am. I only wish to feel peace of mind at the sight of outstanding statues, and my soul craves to be even a small part of the magnificent spirit embodied within them." "Come have a seat. You might be a good company after all." "Thank you, sir. Would you like a cup of tea? If possible, some cold honey water? If not, I'd be happy with a cup of cold water." "Sure, of course. I have some." Weed drank the honey water the shopkeeper brought over, relieving some of the fatigue he had accumulated over the last 3 weeks. "Now tell me what has been troubling you so much," the shopkeeper said. "Yes, sir. But first, could I look at the sculptures on display?" "I came to see you, sir, but I'd be remiss if I didn't get a better look at these masterpieces," Weed said. "You may look at them for as long as you wish. Isn't the reason great sculptures exist to please those who appreciate their value?" The shopkeeper gave permission with a bright smile. Weed felt his intimacy level with the shopkeeper had increased. Weed admired the statues on display leisurely, but he had another objective. "I doubt sculpting mastery would make much money." The most expensive sculpture currently on display was worth 30 silvers. There were many quality sculptures on display. Even the most well-made sculptures were made of cheap materials. In simpler terms, they were wooden carvings or engraved stones. Weed knew he could make more money by creating a gigantic lion statue or a bronze sculpture. Still, he wasn't fooled by the possibility that was so far in the future. How many noblemen with that much money would order a new statue yearly? He needed to become among the best to do well as a sculptor. Since there was little competition, becoming the best in the industry wouldn't be as difficult as in other professions. Still, it was a niche market, too small to count on. The best way to make a fortune was to target other players as potential consumers. Players always need better equipment as they level up. Weapons, armor, or enchanted items were popular among players, but statues had little value. Waste of money, waste of time. To be continued.